Hello everyone, welcome to today's tutorial video where I will show you the color schemes from an interior design perspective. The first color scheme we'll be doing is grouping lights by color temperature. Based on the color temperature scale, we can talk about warm white, cool white and neutral white light. Warm white light is between 2500 and 3500 Kelvin, neutral white light is between 3600 and 5000 Kelvin, and cool white is above 5100 Kelvin. The color temperature affects the way people feel, so it is very important to choose the right temperature for each room or function in a house or apartment. Cool white is perfect for working and helps concentration, making it a good choice for kitchens or offices. Warm white lighting can help soothe the eyes and create a sense of relaxation, creating a homely atmosphere. So let's look at how we can create a color scheme for color temperature. We can find the color schemes under Annotate, Color Fill, Color Schemes command. We enter the color schemes dialog, which is made up of different sections. First, we need to choose the discipline. As I said, we're going to do the color scheme from an interior point of view, so I'm going to choose the interior and the light sources within that. I select the color temperature property and click the plus button to add it to the color scheme list. We can see that a grouping of light sources by color temperature has been created. In order to import data from the floor plan, I need to select the Import from Floor Plan command. We can see that there are light sources with Kelvin values of 3000, 3500, 4500, and 5000 in the floor plan. We can also modify the colors associated with the categories. The 3000 values will be shown in purple. I'll set the cold white light to blue, for example. I will mark the neutral white light in green and the warm white light in red. We're done setting the color scheme. I accept with OK. The program will modify the floor plan based on the color scheme we've created. We can see that I chose cool white light for the kitchen and bathroom, and warm white for the living room and bedroom. The general lighting is a neutral white color temperature, the reading lamp, and this wall lamp is set to 3000 Kelvin. This can be adjusted very easily. I select these lights with the Control key. In the Properties menu, I switch to Light Sources, click on Color Temperature and set the value. I can either set this with the slider, or I can manually change it to a neutral color temperature, 4500 Kelvin. The program will immediately change their color based on the color scheme we have set. So, they will also be marked in green. We can choose between the saved color schemes in the Properties menu, or turn them off by clicking on None. The next color scheme I'm going to create will be the grouping of the kitchen furniture by width. Again, I use the Annotate, Color Fill and Color Schemes command. I select the interior discipline, the cabinet and within that the width property. I click on the plus button and the next color scheme is created. Again, I choose Import from Floor Plan option. This will give us the width values of the cabinets in the floor plan. I accept with OK, and the program immediately updates the floor plan and marks the furniture with colored lines. Let's look at this in 3D, because it will be much more visible there. I can select the color schemes here too. I change it to the cabinet width. The program rebuilds the 3D model. We can see that the elements with a width of 60 are marked in blue, 80 in beige and so on. Here we have a much wider body element, which is marked in pink. Now that we're in 3D, let's see how it looks like with the light sources and color temperature color scheme. The program colors them in 3D in the same way as we set the color scheme, neutral whites in green, cool whites in blue and warm whites in red. I turn off the color scheme and go back to the floor plan. In the next one, I create a color scheme for the floor finish. For this we need a room stamp, which I have already created. I have written on each room label the flooring finish. To create the color scheme, I again use the Annotate, Color Fill, Color Schemes command. For the discipline, I select the architectural elements, and within that, the room and area. Here I add the floor finish property to the list, and that's how the next color scheme will be created. Again, I choose the Import from Floor Plan command. We can see that we have two values at the moment, ceramic and vinyl floor. I accept it and the program will modify the floor plan according to the color scheme selected. If the floor finish in a room is changed, we first have to change the room stamp, and then the color scheme. Let's see, if I change the floor finish of the bedroom to parquet, it will lose its filling. But if I choose the Import from Floor Plan command again in the Color Fill, Color Schemes, then the parquet flooring is already displayed. I accept this, so now three colors are visible on the floor plan. I turn off the color scheme in the floor plan. The last topic that I show you, which I think can be very useful in our work, when we download objects from the 3D warehouse. It's important to be careful not to download models with too high a polygon count. If we don't pay attention to this, we now have the possibility to use the color schemes to color the objects according to their complexity. This way we can see which objects have too much surface area and could slow down our project. Let's look at this option too. In the same way, I use color schemes, and again the interior discipline. Within that, I select the objects, and I add the model complexity property to the list by clicking the plus button. This will create the new color scheme. I choose Import from Floor Plan command, and we can see that the program is going to color these objects from very large to mini. I select a burgundy color for the very large category, a green for the mini one and blue for the small one. That's how the program will color the objects on the floor plan. Let's have a look. We can see that the objects marked in burgundy are the objects with a very large surface area. So, we can delete them from our model very easily, so that it doesn't slow down our project any further. This brings us to the end of today's video. I think this color scheme feature is very useful, as it allows us to create many options, making our work easier. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a great day. Bye.